My name is Shraddha Purohit and I am an assistant professor in IMS Noida. Today the topic of the lecture is development issues in India. There are various issues because of which some countries are on a developing stage or underdeveloped stage since a very long time. There are some persistent issues which are the root cause of underdevelopment. So today in this lecture we will be discussing major developmental issues in India. The first one is poverty. 1/3 of the world's poor live in India and 37% of the total population in India lives below the international poverty line. 42% of children under 5 years of age are underweight. Most of the poor in India lives in a village like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh and West Bengal. These are the poorest areas of India. High level of illiteracy, lack of healthcare facilities and limited access to resources are some of the basic problems in poor areas. So the next problem is illiteracy. The percentage of illiteracy in India is alarming. Every 5 person among 10 in India are illiterate. The condition in villages is worse than in cities. Though a number of primary schools have been set up in rural areas, but the problem still persists. Also, providing education just to children won't solve the problem of illiteracy, as many adults in India are also untouched by the education. With 34% of illiterate population in the world, India has the largest number of illiterates so far. The second major problem is healthcare system. It is true that the most popular democratic country cannot provide proper healthcare facilities to its entire population. India is becoming a hub for medical tourism, but all these facilities are not available to local residents who are actually poor, who are actually in need. Healthcare is a neglected issue in India, as major attention are on the agriculture, infrastructure and IT sector. Lack of resources in rural areas is the major concern leading to the most of the problem. 50% of all villages have no access of proper healthcare facilities. 10% of babies die within a year of their birth. Lack of nutrition caused slower growth in 50% of the babies, and 33% people in India still have no access to toilets. So another issue is pollution. Pollution and environmental issues are the other challenges that India is facing at present. Though India is working hard, there is still a long way to go. Degradation of land, depletion of natural resources and loss of biodiversities are the main issue of concern of population. Untreated sewages is the major cause of water pollution. The Yamuna river is today one of the most polluted river in India. Same is the condition of other river that passes through populated cities. Another issue is corruption. The most widely spread endemic in India is corruption, which must be handled quickly and wisely. There is hardly any office in both private as well as in public sector that is untouched from this disease. There is no telling how much loss has the economy suffered because of this. Another issue is education system. The education system of India is blamed every now and then for being too theoretical but not practical and skill based. Students studies to score marks, not to gain knowledge. This so-called modern education system was introduced by the colonial masters to create servants who could serve but not to lead. And we still have the same education system. Rabindranath Tagore had written many articles offering suggestions to change the education system of India, but still success is as elusive as ever. Next one is basic hygiene. Sanitization is another problem, but one of the biggest in India. There are about 700 million people who have no access to toilets at home. Slum areas do not have toilets. People are thus forced to defecate in open. which cause numerous diseases like diarrhea, cholera, dehydration, etc. Many rural schools also have no toilets, because of which parents do not send their kids, especially girls, to school. A growing population is the biggest challenge cause these problems. For example, the sewage system in Delhi was designed to meet the needs of the population of 3 billion people. But Delhi now has more than 14 million of people. This is not just the case of Delhi. Every state and region in the India is the same. Another issue is women's safety. Both men and women enjoy equal opportunities. But as far as freedom and safety of women is concerned, India lags behind. Issues like domestic violence, rape cases, portrayal of women in media, etc. must be tackled immediately. Another major issue is infrastructure. India needs to work swiftly on its infrastructure towards better roads and services like water, sanitization, electricity, etc. Currently, only 30% of India is urbanized. To help resolve financial issues, India needs to develop its capital market. It has become increasingly evident that government by itself will not be able to build the infrastructure. It has therefore moved to model of public-private partnership. So this kind of structure will definitely improve the infrastructure. I have covered major issues of development. There are several other issues of development, but it actually interrelated with all these issues. Thank you so much.